up? It's your boy, Mr. Law, back with another one. How y'all doing out there? Hey, we doing it different today. We about to dive into LA, dive into Compton, dive into the streets. So people can understand this stuff, man. How it's deeper than rap to some people, like for real, for real. So some people don't really understand Compton in LA. So we gonna get into the dark side of it. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and hype. Let's get into it, y'all.
There's a war going on in South Central.
These Crips and Bloods have been warring for 30-odd years.
Disclaimer, if you got a weak stomach and maybe some stuff up in here you may not want to see, but welcome to LA, welcome to Compton, welcome to the West Coast.
One of the longest running wars in the history of this country.
Always be someone outside is ready to kill me because of
Facts.
where I live
I say that to y'all all the time.
Kill one of them, and they come over and kill one of us.
Like
Facts.
Going into it, you can't dodge, run away, or get out of this. This is what it is.
Facts.
Over the past 20 years alone in LA County, there's been over 15,000 gang-related deaths.
If you had 15,000 people killing each other in any other country, there would be diplomats, there would be mediators, it would go to the UN.
I grew up in the hood. I was born in the hood. I was raised in the hood. I'm going to die in the hood. I didn't choose my destiny, my destination.
And that's the thing, bro. This is where Kendrick Lamar comes from. This is where I come from, bro. So that's what a lot of these things that I be telling y'all, like, that little rap beef stuff ain't nothing, homie.
Chose me.
Taking this channel in a whole nother direction, y'all. I hope y'all ready. Like I said, we got to do other reactions too. So I hope y'all like these ones
In
too.
the southern portion of the richest city and the richest state in America lays a cluster of neighborhoods. Their streets and boulevards laid out in a grid between concrete ribbons of freeway. 10 miles to the west is the Pacific Coast Highway and the beaches of Santa Monica. 5 miles to the north is Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. 7 miles to the east is the corner of Hollywood and Vine. 25 miles south lays Orange County and Disneyland. Surrounded by the California dream, this region has its own legacy. On its streets erupted the country's most violent outbreak of civil unrest. Not once, but twice. It's also the home of America's two most infamous African-American gangs, the Crips and the
Bloods. That's facts.
This bloody 40-year feud has taken 5 times as many lives as did the long-running sectarian conflict in Northern Ireland, yet whose devastating body count continues today.
Facts.
But in South Los Angeles, life wasn't always this way.
No, it wasn't.
One, two, one, two. Hot, hot.
In the 1950s, 3 friends from South LA, Ron, Bird, and Kamasi, grew up reaching for their piece of the American dream.
The most significant thing was when I went to join the Boy Scouts. Okay, the Boy Scouts of America. My mother takes me up to the scout troop at Goodyear Rubber Plant, where the original blimp is from 1933 to 1983, parked in our neighborhood right there. So I go up there to join the Boy Scouts. My mother takes me up to the Scoutmaster. He was nice, but he tells my mother, well...
Now, remember when I told y'all that it was white at first. Compton was all white at first. It was all white people at first in Compton. Then the blacks came. Y'all notice in the Boy Scouts, look at all the white people. I told y'all. It's no cap in my rap. All facts, not fiction, bro.
I don't know, but some of the parents might object because it was a white truth. See, they say, be prepared, do a good turn daily. A scout is trustworthy, loyal, hopeful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, brave, clean, and reverent. See, that's the Boy
Old
Scouts
school
of
for real.
America.
He remember
Bunch
that
of
shit.
racists.
Bunch of racists. You heard him.
Couldn't be Cub Scouts, couldn't be Boy Scouts, couldn't be Explorer Scouts. We couldn't get involved in organized activity that would take us anywhere that would bear us any kind of good fruit. You see? So we built an auxiliary alternative.
With names like the Businessmen, the Gladiators, and the Slossons, black teenagers began forming their own street front fraternities.
Our neighborhood was situated in an area where we were assigned and designated to a little small park on 62nd and Hooper called Slauson Park. That's where our name comes from.
It's Lawson Park. Now, in these reactions, I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking. I'm going to do some here and there, but I really want us to learn from these.
The Slossons would evolve into what many consider to be LA's first modern African-American gang.
The Slossons.
But we never called ourselves a gang. That was something that the
That's
city
like a
and the
brotherhood.
police would describe us as. We were clubs.
What drew me to Slauson was that they mirrored who I was. And it made one feel like one had some status and you had an identity now, an identity that you didn't have anywhere else. There's a sense of family. There's a sense of acceptance. You also have a way to wield some power because now you've got numbers.
We had rivalries among ourselves, and then we had rivalries with people in other neighborhoods.
Yeah, Slossons and Gladiators, or Slauson and Watts, or Slauson Compton.
But our ring was on the sidewalks, and in the parks, and in the alleys. That's where our ring.
You see, you heard him? That's what my mom used to talk about, and my dad used to talk about. They used to take it to the alley, to the parks, you know what I'm saying, in front, to fight it out, to duke it out. They ain't bring that shit to your house. It was old school, bro, for real. And I wish we can get back to that, bro. Like, putting them hands up, duking it out. Put the guns down, bro. Let somebody live another day. Just fight. Just duke it out. Don't try to kill each other or whatever. And get them fair ones in and call it another day. You feel me? Like that was culture back in the day. It was like, we don't get it in, but we still can see another day.
See, in those days, we'd give you an appointment for an ass whipping.
Crazy. An appointment.
Oh, you had to be there because everybody else in town knew about it. They said, Bird, how good are those things? I said, these things right here? I said, I would beat your hairline all the way back to the center of your head and whoop your sideburns off. Beat all the eyebrows off your forehead.
Hell yeah, told you.
That's what we call woofing, though, you know. But yeah, I was good with my hands.
That's why they say, man, these are guns. You know, and you looking for somebody, so tell them I'm gunning for him. But it wasn't really about destroying somebody. It was just a competitive thing.
Like
I
said,
just competing with each other.
Could y'all imagine the cops back then, bro?
I used to get stopped by the police all the time.
Crazy.
My mother always said, you know, well, what did you do this? I said, I didn't do anything. You know, see, people, including parents, could not believe that the man just stopped you all the time.
Young black men in this society have been represented as the most threatening figures across the board. Facts.
Talk about it.
They're viewed as being people who will commit crimes.
From 1950 to 1966, the Los Angeles Police Department was commanded by Chief William Parker.
And this is 1950, 1966 through 1966. Come on, man. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. The history of LA, Compton, the inner city, South Central. Like, let's go.
Chief Parker ran the police department like a military unit. And the people who bore the brunt of this were the black residents.
Shut it off, get out of that car with your hands up. Get your hands up, I said. Drop that purse and get your hands up.
And so the cops were treating these young black men as though they were enemies, as though they were in warfare.
Get them up, get your hands up.
Crazy work, not the kick though. See what I mean, y'all? That's what I'm saying. And people try to be dumbfounded to this shit, bro.
It was an open secret that one of the tacit duties of the LAPD was to make sure people were in the right neighborhoods at the right time. And Alameda Boulevard was the white curtain in LA.
You didn't cross Alameda for no reason at all.
East of Alameda, these were white areas. Linwood, Southgate, we couldn't go there. You
Crazy.
had cops that didn't want you there.
And blacks that deigned to cross the line were quickly put in place by police officers.
There are barriers, invisible barriers, social barriers, and their job is to reinforce that barrier.
We'd get stopped, we'd get harassed. What are you doing here? You're supposed to stay in your neighborhood.
One time I was walking down the street on 77th and Central, and the man said, "Hey, you." I heard him, but I kept walking. He said, "Hey, you," and they ran on the curb, jumped out the car and said, "Didn't you hear us calling you?" I said, "I heard you say you, but my name is not you. You know, get up against the wall and such and so on." And they tell me I look like I've been robbing. I said, "Well, how does a robber look?" He said, "Looks just like you."
Crazy.
And so you feel this sense of alienation. You're culturally disoriented. You don't have a sense of identity in terms of who you really are.
So the idea was to create not only a segregated society, but the idea that those of darker hue were inferior and should be treated as such.
And after a while, you begin to internalize this, and you develop a deep-seated self-hatred because you see yourself as having almost no value.
Facts. And that's the thing too. It's like people try to dumb it down and make you feel like you're not up against the world, bro. We've been up against the world since day one, homie. That's why I say out there in Compton, you battling each other, you battling the cops, you battling your wife, your everything. It's like your job, everywhere you go as a black man and a black woman, you battling everything. So it's like, for people to try to dumb it down, make it seem like, and play like we crazy or something. Ain't nobody fucking crazy. This is just the truth at the end of the day. Compton was a dangerous place back in the day, and it is still now, and this is what created the Bloods and Crips. This is what created the gangsters and ran the white people up out of there, bro.
In a free society, I'm walking down the street, police got the nerve to ask me, "Where you going? Where you coming?" Ain't none of your damn business where I'm going.
Facts.
And ain't none of your damn business where I came from.
Facts.
Fuck you talking about where you going? He gonna ask me, "What are you doing here?" You go anywhere and ask anybody else what they doing there?
Facts.
You stop and ask anybody else in this society, man, why do you exist? You understand what I'm saying? But you got the nerve to ask me that all day, every day. Now, what do you think that does to me psychologically?
Police brutality was crazy back in the day, bro. And even still to this day, homie. It's nothing changed.
Every day, that's my diet. Spoonful of hatred. You see? And it's just a question of when is this going to erupt? And upon whom is it going to erupt? Am I going to attack myself? Am I going to attack my brother? You understand? Am I going to attack my own image in the mirror? Or am I going to eventually attack the cause of my anger and my frustration?
Facts.
But the thing is, I'm a walking time bomb. I'm going to go off.
Eventually.
Someday, somewhere, on somebody. The question is, upon whom?
Watts, 1965-ish.
At 7 p.m. on August 11, 1965, near the corners of 116th and Avalon, 21-year-old Watts resident Marquette Fry was pulled over by the California Highway Patrol on suspicion of drunk driving. A routine traffic stop until police insisted on impounding Fry's car, despite being less than 2 blocks from his home. Fry's mother, Rena, who owned the car, joined the rapidly growing crowd, who, along with Marquette, grew increasingly belligerent over what they felt was the heavy-handed police response. LAPD reinforcements were called in, a scuffle broke out, and Fry, his mother Rena, and brother Ronald were all taken into custody. The squad cars rolled away, but the crowd continued to swell as word of the incident swept through the neighborhood.
When I walked up on 115th and Avalon, Charles McQuarter from the D'Artagnans, I said, man, what happened? He said they jumped on Marquette.
We just got more and more upset. It was a cumulative thing. It was one racist traffic stop too many.
Get tired of that shit, bro.
Over 1,000 Watts residents were surging up and down Avalon Boulevard. But by 1 a.m., despite 29 arrests and sporadic reports of vandalism, the situation was assessed by the LAPD as being under control.
Clear the sidewalks up ahead. Please go in your homes. Please go in your homes.
Thursday morning dawned tense, but relatively quiet.
They gotta do all that, bring all
a
that.
meeting was called at a neighborhood rec center, assembling representatives from various community groups, elected officials, the LAPD, the media, and even Rena Fry.
I think that we must stay off the streets. I think the civil rights drive in America has demonstrated that violence will never be the just end to the grievances we have.
And still trying not to promote violence.
A voice that only the night before was raised by thousands in the street.
See, and I'm gonna tell you something. Tonight is gonna be another one, whether you like it or not. No, wait. Listen. We, the Negro people down here, have gotten completely fed up.
Facts.
Our elders felt you should bite the bullet, suck it out. We know it's wrong.
Nah, see?
Show that you're greater than oppression.
The youth, hell nah.
Show that it doesn't work. It doesn't destroy you. That in the process, we will take the beatings.
See, and that was the problem too, and the issues was a lot of our elderly ancestor people, they want to be peace and all that. Nah, sometimes you gotta strike. Sometimes you gotta put them hands on them. Just like you get tired of that shit, bro. At the end of the day, bro, you gotta fight back, bro. And I feel this. I understand it, bro. I get it. I was in these situations in Compton, bro. And there ain't shit you can do. Because if you move or do something stupid with the wrong cop, they gonna blow your damn head off, bro.
Their parents are coming from places where black men are expected to step off the street and say, yes, sir, to a 12-year-old white boy.
Crazy.
Where black men are lynched with regularity. And so from their perspective, Los Angeles looks wonderful. They're certainly aware of the flaws, but they recognize it's such an improvement. Their children, however, have a very different perspective.
Facts.
We come along and say, we ain't gonna take shit.
Exactly.
We're not.
Facts. Period.
By that afternoon, crowds of African Americans again filled the streets. But this time facing over 200 LAPD and deputy sheriff officers.
So here we are in a crowd at night on Imperial and Avalon. Things were in such disarray, and we're facing cops in the street.
It's go time, baby.
Move the crowd back. See, so when the man moved on us, we moved toward him.
Facts. Ain't nobody scared, bro.
And so you're looking at one another and you're reading the eyes of people in the crowd. There's the body language that says, let's go on and do this.
And then they fired some rounds in the crowd. See, all right, it's on now.
See? And that's the thing. If they would have just left us alone, was all this necessary? No. And that's what it is. It's like, oh, yeah, we this and we that. No, y'all start, it all starts from this shit, bro. Right here, bro. At the end of the day.
We were throwing rocks at police who were in the street, and they were taking position up behind their cars and firing. And I said, damn, they're shooting at us.
Cops have weapons and they had a law behind them. The citizens don't have anything behind them but their own heart, their own desire, their own determinations, and they're really fighting to survive.
And you cannot whoop us. We're already dead. We're already beaten down. We've been beaten down for 400 years. We already got the wounds inside.
We already dead. We already been beaten down for 400. Powerful, bro. Crazy. Like, at this point, it's like, oh, we tired, bro. It's time to fight back. It is what it is.
Inside and outside our bodies. How you gonna hurt us?
This created the Bloods and the Crips, bro.
Frighten us. We live in the most frightening places, under the most frightening conditions. We are immune to fear. We
Facts.
are immune to harm.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
You have stepped into a...
That's what I'm trying to tell you. There's no little rap petty beast ain't shit, bro. When it comes to the streets, for real. You immune to all that. Hey, this is Compton. This is the streets. This is why the Bloods and Crips were created, bro. They got tired of getting beat up by the cops. Tired of getting sped on by people, you know what I'm saying, of different race. No. It's time to fight back. It's time to take our power back and stand up.
Cesspool. You the only one gonna get infected.
By Friday morning, additional police were called in from all points of LA to squash what authorities were now terming a full-scale riot.
They said they call it a riot. There was no riot. We knew what the hell we were doing.
Facts.
What you're seeing is guerrilla warfare, but the reason that you can't say it is because you never gave the so-called Negro credit for having enough intelligence to be strategist enough to practice guerrilla warfare.
Bring in the National Guard. Bring in the people. Bring in the reinforcements, nigga. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, when we turn up, they gotta bring in the whole army. Fuck out of here, bro. That's why I keep trying to tell you. That's why they don't like the West Coast, bro. But this is part one of the story, bro. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We gonna stop this right here, cause it's about to get crazy in part two. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure y'all stay locked for part two. It's gonna get even more crazy. Excuse my kids in the background. It is what it is. But it's gonna get more crazy. The story of Compton, LA, Watts, the Crips and the Bloods. How they became it. Make sure y'all stay locked, bro. Like, subscribe, and hype. I'll see y'all in the part two.